Greetings. Here is an interpretation of a French video that I really enjoyed about chronic fatigue. The causes of diseases called civilization diseases may be organic and or psychosomatic. In the second case, very often the energies are blocked by the many. It's because the emotions are not harmonious and it is a mismanagement, so the energies are blocked. These energies, of course, I'm making it not a translation, but like I said, I'm acting as an interpreter right now. These energies blocked that saturate the body, induce muscle tensions, and the continued production of stress hormones, which create an imbalance. And if it's persisting for a certain amount of time, it leads to a global depletion. To consider an improvement of the state of health when the cause is psychosomatic, we must first release these energies stagnant and regenerate the organs and systems exhausted. At the end of the audio, an exercise is proposed to you in the second part. The medicine is helpless to deal with the cause. The psyche is the soul. The soul is the vital energy. The vital energy is the emotion. Solution is that you must look to the cause first, which is the management of emotions. The bad management of emotions cause the problems. Talking about fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue. An emotion is an energy in motion, which means to move toward the outside, and to have an output. When it is lived harmoniously, whether it is in words or in behaviors, the energy is getting out. There are 4 ways to manage the emotions, and I will only speak about the worst one and the best one, the 2 best ones, because no point talking about this other one. 2 are good and 2 are bad. The worst of all is to suppress your emotions, because it creates the blocking of energy and it becomes a poison and is deregulating your whole physiology. Now I'm going to talk about the good ones that are source of harmony for yourself and the other. For instance, gesticulating, shouting in the nature, or punching the mattress, etc. The disadvantage of this one is that often the habit is that often we have the habit to judge ourselves and thus that can be difficult to practice. The best is to feel this emotional fire in the body, bodily sensations. We can give to the bodily sensations all our attention. This emotion is going to be able to circulate to the outside of the body and exit. Well, first it has to circulate in the inside of the body and then exit. Do not judge an emotion. Anyways, it's never coming up out of the blue. When we express the emotions, either by simply expressing themselves freely, whether by feeling them, the energy will not remain inside. To control the emotion is the problem. When an emotion is triggered, it creates muscle tensions, and the body, your body, will prepare to enter in movement. If it is restrained, the muscle tension will produce catabolism, acidity if contraction is chronic, will involve the adrenal glands to produce the cortisol to stabilize this inflammation of the muscle tension, which will cause body pains. Problem with the adrenaline is that it will send a message and it will turn in circle produced by the adrenal glands that will eventually deplete a lot of adrenaline in the tissues. The adrenaline will get out the magnesium from the cells, and the demineralization caused by overactivity of the nervous system, and then will also cause problems of concentration. Sleep disorders is the same thing. It is a blocked energy that doesn't work harmoniously, still unbalanced, the nervous system imbalance, and then the sympathetic branch take control on the parasympathetic. As always, a stress, adrenal glands will produce, and adrenal glands are depleted as the batteries. Let's say a battery of your car that is depleted. It's the same with adrenal glands. Eventually they get depleted. And if we are not making an effort, we're not going to get out the head of the our heads of the water. It's a vicious circle, an infernal spiral. It causes mental fatigue. And it will cause accumulation of negative doubts, negative emotions. It's going to, and the more you do not get the emotions out, the more it is adding a layer upon layer upon layer and causing all this stress to your body that I already explained. Depression, demoralization is going to happen eventually. The stimulants are not a solution because it is actually making the adrenal glands working even more. The exercise that I'm about to share with you is not miraculous, of course not. You repeat it until improvements. The exercise will allow this depletion to stop, but it's not going to help to learn how to manage your emotions. This work is of course more profound, but at first, if you're depleted, this is a good way to start to get better, and once you get better, then you can start learning to manage your emotions better. The exercise is the first time to put, like I said, it is first time to it's just to put you in a better state, to start making the work, to get better, and then eventually you'll be able to work on your emotions. Important. If you suffer from cardiac disease and or respiratory disease, it is best to ask your doctor before practicing this exercise to ensure that it is not against your, that is not too hard for you. Here is the summary of this exercise. In a comfortable and relaxed position, feel the area of the ara, which is the lower abdomen. Each expiration must be performed by pushing the abdominal muscles against the spinal column without forcing. And as if we were trying to compress a sponge, an imaginary sponge. Contrary to what is said in the video that he was talking about, and this is him saying that in French, this is not the muscles of the floating ribs that we are contracting, but only the abdominal muscles. The thoracic cage must remain still and stationary during the entire exercise. The inspiration must not be controlled. It is only released. It is only in releasing the abdominal muscles contracted at the end of the expiration. During the inspiration as the expiration, stay well focused on the area of the ara. As the exercise is powerful, it's better to begin very smooth. For example, 3 times per day, 5 minutes each. Subsequently, you can gradually increase the duration in each session. When somebody is finally accustomed to this practice, we can easily increase to up to 20 minutes per session. Thanks for listening.